Greetings, this is rsmalec. I'm going to be changing up my Toybox first impression videos a bit. Instead of playing a full round, I'm going to combine a couple screenshots of entries and show those to you along with any special highlights or bugs. So this episode is going to contain 5 entries. Alright, so this first one is by the Lord Bones, and this is called RAC Breaking Through. You wake up in a prison and you have to make some choices as to whether you escape alone, whether you sacrifice another prisoner to escape, or whether you take an injured prisoner along with you and risk being slowed down in your escape. The next one is called Deserted Town by sonicgamerboy. This was very simple. You search this town for 9 iron ingots to turn into an iron block, which will allow you to escape, as well as 3 bonus items. There's one thing that I would like to fix in this entry, and that is there's a wooden pressure plate at the exit. It's very easy to just throw an item over this iron grate and open up the exit prematurely. I'd like to change that to a stone pressure plate if you're okay with that. Alright, now this is a fantastic entry called Invasion by theboywithtrains. Boy with Trains is a long-time subscriber of mine, and this is the first map that I've seen that includes quite a bit of scrolling text as well as other special effects. Check out this radio. Now the one thing I would say with all of this scrolling text is it might be good to color code it so that you can tell the difference between like the announcer's voice and other voices on the radio. The other thing I really like about this are some of the small details. So this is an attic, very simply done using multiple textures of wood, but notice that there is a dark wooden beam across the middle of the attic in between the white logs. It's just a little nice added effect. This entry packs in a ton of stuff, including dynamic dialogue that occurs during the map. It also includes a practice shooting gallery before you get to an actual shooting gallery to take down the spaceship. And it contains a cannon. Now there are 2 issues that I had with this map. One was that when I shot down the spaceship, the TNT blew out the side of this, which I think was intended, but it looks like it also blew up a wooden pressure plate that was in the alcove, and I think this was intended to be an exit, which it would not be able to be. The other issue I had with this one is I wasn't sure where to put the TNT in the cannon. There were no instructions. So I basically just blew out the whole side of the round when I filled all the water with TNT and then pressed the button. So I think we may want to add some sort of instructions there. Because those 2 exits were both destroyed in my various tests, there was actually only one safe way out of this level, so I'm not sure if you intended to have more than one or not. So I think this one might need a little bit of tweaking. This entry is called The Castle of Arrows by Stervma. Stervma is a creator of a custom adventure map called The Swarm that I recently played on this channel. Basically, you start off in a small village and you have to get into the Castle of Arrows. One thing I would note about this map, Stervma, is that the wheat starts off in a non-grown state. So in order to do one of the villagers' quests, you actually have to stand around and wait for the wheat. It would be nice if the wheat was fully grown. The other question that I have is, was the pressure plate at the bottom of the bread hole intended to be wood, or is it actually supposed to be stone? I think it works as stone, but I wasn't sure if you wanted us to throw the bread in there versus go down and step on it. This entry does contain a fire maze as well as a fairly annoying sandstone and ice maze They're very short, and that I'm only saying they're annoying for personal preference. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. I did notice that targets 4, 5, and 6 are just empty shells. I wasn't sure if that was on purpose, and that brings me to the main issue that I had with this entry. I found all 5 arrows, but I could not find a bow anywhere. So could you please double check if you included a bow in this entry? If not, I may have to add one to a chest for you. The last entry is also very nice and very simple. It's called The Fall by Tshara. You start off in sort of a ruined temple or cathedral, and you have to press a series of red or blue buttons to get the floor to light up, and while you're doing that, of course, fight off some poisonous spiders. Now, a reminder to all entrants, you have until October 20th to send me any fixes or minor updates that you want to make to your entries. The scoring is locked in based on what you have submitted at first from a design perspective. I do make the assumption that you're going to fix the bugs, or else I will fix them when I compile all the maps into the beta phase. Stay tuned for more TFI.